Hello, we're back playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And since last time I was gonna answer what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim before here, the gunshot before midnight, I think Larry is right, Your Honor. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Second like photo? Oh shit, it's 11:50. Oh hell yeah. Instincts. I hit down by accident. Okay, look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. That Nickelback song. In case you guys didn't know the reference, because my horrible singing, my raspy voice. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on this photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh yeah? But there is nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that it is the case. Then where does that leave us? Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25 minutes pause between them. What would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? Oh, put your finger down, bastard. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness would have sneezed triggering the camera? Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Oh, fudge me. What does the pistol have? The murder weapon, 22 caliber, fired 3 times. Oh, 3 times? Hell yeah. Boom, son. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both the witness who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was a shot Larry heard just before midnight. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You gave Butts a bad name. Order, order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? What's wrong, Nick? I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murder in this case had the same idea as the murder in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yeah? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Alright. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Ooh. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realize the truth. There can be no murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness photograph. The defendants Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on the boat. Pow! Splash. There was a gunshot fired on the boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who this is sitting on the boat. The murderer and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer. Edgeworth and Hammond. Must be Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. Oh, okay, thank God. It seemed pretty easy. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Well, what? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond caught Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murder took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. It's not Lotta. What the hell? And it's not Edgeworth. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Oh, cheers! The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out of the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not in a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Oh, whose car is that? Is that Lotta's car? Okay, that's like the festival place. That's the woods to Lotta's car, and that is the caretaker's house. The caretaker's house? Oh, Mona. Please be right. I clicked the wrong spot. Present, please be the caretaker's house. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony if you will. Whew, thank God I was right. Oh, look at that boat just like going places. That night he went out on the lakes in a boat searching for someone. For something, I mean. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Oh yeah. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Whew, let's do this. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Bang! This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in a boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? I guess it's the boat shop caretaker, but it must have been blank, even though it shot 2 times, because it could have just went out, you know? The boat shop caretaker, I guess. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Because the first shot missed. To create a witness. I think. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot that ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at Blake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once he realized that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Oh dang. Oh dang. Everyone is quiet. Bailiff. Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. I messed my voice up a tiny bit. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I'd like to ask the defendant, Miss Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh, snaps. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Guard? Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Oh, that should raise a lot of questions right there. Snaps. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who was that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial as Yogi Bear. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh yeah. The judge is taking his courtroom back to December 27, 1:22 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out of that from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our case weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. I think I'm going to end it here, guys, because I am running out of time once again, like the usual. But tune in next time. I think it's going to end really quickly after this, so I'll probably just combine the things real fast. So yeah, tune in next time. Alright, we're back. Real fast. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth. No, there's still a little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Saw the beat drop. That's pretty sick. Oh, snaps. To be continued. That's quicker than I thought. I just had to continue for like a minute. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. This should be the real ending for episode whatever this is. Tune in next time. Things are getting pretty exciting considering we just heard he keep having the dream that he was a murderer. Hopefully not this case. Maybe a previous case that's not this case because it's fine if he killed someone before. I mean, I don't care. But just not this one, please. See ya.